folded corner, crease with time. Words we wrote when yours was mine. Inked in pen that smudged with rain. Now they're just lines on a page. Never thought they'd fly away, but paper burns and fades. Paper promises, thin as air. Paper promises everywhere. No way, no truth, no seal. Just this wound that won't heal. Paper promises, and I'm still here. Taped together, held with string. They don't mean anything. Your signature's a ghost I trace while I stand in this empty space. Let them burn, just let them burn. Paper promises, thin as air. Thin as air, thin as air. Paper promises, not there, and I'm still holding on. Paper promises, thin as air. Thin as air, thin as air. Paper promises, and I'm still holding on. Dashboard glowing, city blurring past my window. Low-key taking highways I don't even need to go. Radio playing songs that taste like your cologne. Dead eyes driving circles round this empty home. Mile markers passing like the days you've been gone. But I'm still on this route where we used to get lost. How you keep pathetic, I know, but this road's the only place where your ghost don't feel so out of place. They say go straight, take the shortcut, be done. They say go straight, take the shortcut, be done. But this long way's the only place I still feel us. Home. Still driving, still. The siren sings a melody in the distance, better than a choir in a white-walled room. I find a strange and holy kind of existence, living in the shadow of the neon blue. The neighbors are fighting on the floor above, screaming about money and screaming about love. I stare at the ceiling and I count the cracks, while the subway trembles on the rusted tracks. Silence is a ghost that I'm afraid to meet. I need the heartbeat of a busy street. I need the chaos just to close my eyes. I need the truth, I don't need the lies. Sing me a concrete lullaby, where the buildings scrape against the sky. I don't need the crickets or the quiet breeze. I need the exhaust and the shaking knees of a city that never really goes to sleep. Secrets in the gutter that we promised to keep. Rock me to sleep with a heavy sigh. Sing me a concrete lullaby. There's a man playing buckets on the cornerstone, rhythm of a life that is all his own. The garbage truck is grinding up the yesterday, washing the sins of the city away. People look like ants from the fire escape, trying to find a purpose, trying to find a shape. We're all just lonely in a crowded space, running a marathon, losing the race. Silence is a ghost that I'm afraid to meet. I need the heartbeat of the busy street. I need the chaos just to close my eyes. I need the truth, I don't need the lies. Sing me a concrete lullaby, where the buildings scrape against the sky. I don't need the crickets or the quiet breeze. I need the exhaust and the shaking knees of a city that never really goes to sleep. Secrets in the gutter that we promised to keep. Rock me to sleep with a heavy sigh. just in case, but you ain't coming back. Dead ass, I run my fingers over that rust every night. Like maybe touching metal could bring back your light. High key, pathetic, I know, but that brass is the last link to a version of us that didn't sink low key. I've memorized every groove and dent in TBFs. I'm scared to see what that key meant. They say change the locks, let go, move ahead, but that key is the only promise that ain't dead. Keys under mat, where you left it last. Keys under mat, holding on to the past. Keys under mat, scared you'll need to get in. Keys under mat, but my patience wears thin. Keys under mat. Keys under mat. Keys under mat. Keys under I dust it off every Sunday, just in case. Keys under mat. 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 Keys still there. Still. I crease the corners of your apologies, trying to make them fly. We built a fleet of memories underneath a darkening sky. I focused on the symmetry, you focused on the height, but we didn't check the forecast before we launched the flight. The wind is picking up now, the clouds are bruising blue. I'm holding on to something that I'm scared of losing too. But we're throwing paper airplanes in the rain, watching them dissolve in the hurricane, hoping gravity will look the other way. The paper turns to pulp in the heavy gray. Yeah, we're sending out our love just to watch it fall. It never stood a chance out here at all. Just paper airplanes in the rain. In a ballpoint pen, but the water made the ink run before I could read it again. It's a delicate construction for a storm that's wild and rough. Sometimes the best intention just isn't strong enough. The thunder's getting loud now. There's nowhere left to hide. We're standing on the pavement with our hands tied by our pride. 'Cause we're throwing paper airplanes in the rain, watching them dissolve in the hurricane, hoping gravity will look the other way. But paper turns to pulp in the heavy gray. Yeah, we're sending out our love just to watch it fall. It never stood a chance out here at all. Just paper airplanes, hands in the rain. Maybe we should wait for the storm to break. Maybe we just made a beautiful mistake. It's not the design, it's not the fault. It's just too wet and it's just too cold to fly. Landlord keeps asking, but now that couch stays. Beat filters in, minimal sun. That basement couch where we crashed every damn night. Netflix still likes to watch 'em, but we too wrapped up to reply. Got stains from cheap wine, your lipstick on the armrest. Now it's just me and the ghost of your head on my chest. Low-key pathetic, I know, but them cushions hold the weight of every promise we made at 2 a.m. Every mistake. They say toss and move on, let it burn. But that corduroy still holds every lesson I learned. That basement couch, sunken springs. That basement couch, your scent in the fabric. That basement couch, where we made plans. That basement couch, now it's the space in your old coffee grounds. blanket you left, still folded right there. Corner cushion. That basement couch. That basement couch. Your sin, sunken springs, dead space, can't pull it out. That basement couch. Still got your blanket. Empty sidewalks, buzzing signs, my reflection in the window blind. You said you'd meet me where the lights blur, but it's just me and the city's murmur. The hum gets inside my bones. That's how you know you're alone. Neon streets, they don't sleep. Neon streets where secrets keep. No direction, no name, just this electric From the street, we look like royalty, shining in the morning sun. A monument to loyalty and battles we have won. The walls are clear, the view is wide. We have nothing left to hide, or so we tell the crowd below, putting on a perfect show. But inside the air is thin and cold. We're terrified of getting old. Don't touch the walls, don't slam the door. We can't afford to slip across the floor. Walking on invisible lights, paying the ultimate price. Oh, we built these glass castles in the sky where the air is deep and the stakes are high. It reflects the light, it dazzles the eye, but there's nowhere to run and nowhere to cry. One little stone, one little shake is all that this masterpiece can take. We're safe until the edges start to crack. In our glass castle, there's no turning back. You smile at me through a pane of fear. I see you clearly, but you're not near. We polish the surface every day to wipe the fingerprints of doubt away. We stand like statues in the hall, waiting for the inevitable fall. Transparent lives in a crystal cage, turning the page, acting our age. But the wind is howling at the seams, waking us up from our fragile dreams. Don't raise your voice, don't make a sound, or we'll come crashing to the ground. Walking on invisible light, paying the ultimate price. Oh, we built these glass castles in the sky where the air is deep and the stakes are high. It reflects the light, it dazzles the eye, but there's nowhere to run and nowhere to cry. One little stone, one little shake is all that this masterpiece can take. We're safe until the edges start to crack. In our glass castle, there's no turning back. I see a fracture starting at the base, a spider web spreading across your face. The sound is deafening, the splintering sound of gravity pulling us down, down, down. Yeah, we built these glass castles in the sky where the air is deep and the stakes are high. It reflects the light, it dazzles the eye, but there's nowhere to run and nowhere to cry. One little stone, one little shake is all that this masterpiece can take. We're safe until the edges start to crack. In our glass castle, watch your step, there's shards everywhere. It was beautiful, wasn't it? Until it wasn't. Glass castle. was dancing on the hood of the car. We drove until the city lights are far. A liquid mirror waiting for the dive. The only place I truly feel alive. The humidity is wrapping around my skin. I hold my breath before I let it in. No phones, no noise, just the rhythm of the tides, where the secret of the summer hides. Gravity is letting go, motion moving slow, colors in the undertow. Yeah, we're moving slow, suspended in the sapphire blue. Nothing left for us to do but drift across the water's edge, dancing on a jagged ledge. The salt is drying on the breeze. Time is falling to its knees, just floating where the current goes. Nobody knows. We found a sanctuary in the quiet. No questions asked beneath the palm tree shade. Just memories that never seem to fade. The ice is melting in the glass we hold, a story that doesn't need to be told. Reflection shimmering upon the surface. We finally found a sense of purpose. Gravity is letting go, motion moving slow, colors in the undertow. Can you feel the glow? Suspended in the sapphire blue. Nothing left for us to do but drift across the water's edge, dancing on a jagged ledge. The salt is drying on the breeze. Time is falling to its knees, just floating where the current goes. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's like the world just stopped, hanging in the air. Warm wind.